everyone. I'm Zain Verji, CEO of Akoma Media. So many of us walk around town and we see hungry people out there on the streets, and we really want to do something, anything, no matter how small. As you saw, the young woman seated next to me did do something really important and has had a major impact. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Komal Ahmad, founder and CEO of Copia, and Margaret Purvis, who is president and CEO of the Food Bank for New York City, one of the largest food banks in the country. Komal, tell us your inspiration for this. How did this happen?
Sure. So I was in my last year as a student at Berkeley. I was walking down the street, and I encountered a homeless man begging for food, which is, rather common in the Bay Area, also here in New York. But something about him compelled me to stop and invite him to join me for lunch. And during lunch, he was sitting across from me, just like you are, and he began scarfing down his food. So he was actually really hungry. And in between bites, he told me a story. He said, "My name is John. I just came back from my second tour in Iraq. I've been waiting for quite a while for my benefits to kick in. I don't have any money. I haven't eaten in 3 days." And that hit home for me because I had just returned from naval summer training and was a few months away from deploying as an officer in the US military. And so I'm looking at this veteran who gave the most selfless sacrifice on the battlefield of Iraq, only to come home to our country to face another battle, which was hunger and homelessness.
What's been the greatest impact, to the extent that's even taken you aback, of the app and what it's done?
I think that the implications, the larger global implications, are really extraordinary. For instance, just a while ago, senior government officials from Germany and Austria reached out to us, and they said, we want your platform. We will have you come over here so that we can use this platform to redistribute food to the Syrian migrants that have entered our country. And that's just an extraordinary application of it that I had never even imagined. And the fact that you can redistribute food for emergency relief situations, and beyond this, our piece of technology that we've built is so extraordinarily complex, and that it can also be applied to other situations. So you could redistribute medicine, you could redistribute medical supplies, and so on.
Margaret, what is the state of hunger in America today, and how does technology and applications like this help?
Well, hunger is pervasive. It is that horrible thing that's really hidden in every city, neighborhood, and it's typically not who you would believe that it is. You can put a coat on hunger and not know that it exists. You can put lip gloss on it, go to work, and coworkers not know that you too are going to need food from a pantry to serve your family. We have about 48 million Americans who are currently being served by emergency feeding programs across the country. In this city alone, Food Bank for New York City serves 1.5 million New Yorkers. That's 1 out of every 5 New Yorkers. And that New Yorker is typically a she. She is a mother, and very often she is senior. She's the person that made the city hot. And now her lifetime has outpaced her fixed income.
How does the law that was passed on the 1st of April affect food stamps and impact even more people that need help?
Well, the recent policy, it's about something called ABOD, what they call able-bodied adults without dependents. And they use this term to be able to cut off about 1 million Americans from food. They said basically you have 3 months. No job, no food. Of course, we all know it typically takes a person 6 months to find a job, and many of the people who are online at soup kitchens and pantries across the country have a job. So we know that work alone is not a balm against poverty. A higher wage is.
Yeah. And Komal, specifically talking about capitalizing on corporate events or corporate entities that you're able to work with for events like the Super Bowl, for instance, or the NFL, where there's a lot of food and much of it's going to be wasted. How have you guys jumped into that?
Yeah, so for Super Bowl 50, the NFL had the good fortune of partnering with Copia, where we recovered over 14 tons of food, which fed over 23,000 people.
That's amazing.
In one weekend. And thank you. And this isn't, corn dogs or leftover food from people's plates, but gourmet food like pulled pork, salmon. I mean, that's not really my jam, but it's other people's. And so it's really great food that you get to the hands and the stomachs of those who are most in need.
What's next for Copia? What is it that you need the most?
So we're looking for great partnerships always from corporations and other hotels and different food venues. So if you have that in the audience, this is out to you. But really, we're going to continue to build a scalable model that we'll go city by city and eradicate hunger as we go. Because we've realized it's not a Miss Universe type of thing where I say, I want world peace. No, when I say I'm going to end hunger, it's because hunger is a distribution problem. And Copia has built technology and built a logistics backend that can streamline this distribution of food from those who have it to those who need it instantly.
How have you dealt with the distribution problem? What has actually worked?
Well, I'm going to just only mildly disagree. I mean, because Food Bank for New York City, we distribute...
You can profoundly disagree.
Okay,
totally.
Disagree. In this past year, we distributed 120 meals every minute. What we know is that hunger needs more than just food, and even more than just getting food to people quickly. We need policy change. Yeah. We need more women like Komal to put yourself inside of this problem. Women are not doing well enough for the women on top to not know what's going on with the women on the bottom.
Not all women have the background that Komal does.
Exactly.
Not all women are tech savvy. So what is it that we can do to put ourselves into that
Zane,
space?
I don't know anything about an algorithm. However, I know that what is so special about this woman to my right is that she has something that we all have. She had interest. She combined her interest with inspiration, and she mixed her skills in it. Women have all kinds of skills. You mix that thing together, and you can make a difference. Food Bank, we always say, hunger is a problem, but thank God, New Yorkers are the solution. So everyone can do something. No computer? Fine. Have a party with your girlfriends. Put together feminine care products. Get them to a shelter. Get them to Food Bank for New York City. All because I just told you, I'm going to tell you, that there are young girls right now not going to school once a month simply because their families are unable to afford very expensive, disposable items. Everyone can do something. We are all philanthropists, all of us.
Yes.
What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Copia believes that we are solving the world's dumbest problem. Hunger is the world's dumbest problem, especially in the wealthiest country where there is so much abundance of talent, of food, that we can combine all of this extraordinary efforts and really solve this at a global scale. So that's what Copia's mission is.
And final thought from you, Margaret. And are you going to get the app to New York? Are you going to make a deal now?
Definitely download this app. And if you are a person who's local and you have a restaurant or things like that, I have a sister organization in the city, City Harvest, which does food rescue all over the city and ensures that it gets to soup kitchens and pantries as well. Just do something. We can solve this together. We really can.
Yes, definitely.
Just do something.
Join us.
Thank you so much, Komal and Margaret.